placed in non-public schools merely due to their behaviors. Secondly, our Spectrum Collaborative program is staffed by Spectrum employees, and the district provides the facility and classroom materials. We don't have our own employees teaching these classes because it is difficult to find teachers with the knowledge and training required. A few years ago, the district was working on developing an MOU, which is a Memorandum of Understanding, with Spectrum to provide the teacher for 1 year. When the year was up, the teacher would become a Mount Diablo employee with a commitment to stay in the district for 3 years. The teacher would receive outstanding training, and the district would gain a highly trained teacher. We're not sure why the district ceased working on this MOU, but we feel it would be a way for the district to acquire quality teachers and reduce costs. Third, due to mediation, settlement agreements, etc., we have students attending non-public schools, and these students should be served in our current district programs. We would suggest district staff reconnect with these parents to find appropriate in-district placements for these students. For our students who have severe disabilities requiring more supports, it would be great to have them served in district programs as well. However, we must have equivalent, sustainable programs. Adequate supports must be in place. Otherwise, it is a disservice to students and does not provide an adequate placement according to FAPE. Schools must provide the education and accessibility these students need. This includes our students who are placed in County Office of Education programs. Bottom line, all students that are being returned to the district must have appropriate transition services to ensure a successful transition. In regards to our non-public agencies, according to FCMAT, our district's non-public agency budget is more than $7 million. The district contracts for LVNs, OTs, PTs, and speech therapists. As we have discussed many times over the years, this cost will decrease when the district hires staff to provide the services currently being provided by the non-public agencies. In regards to the Mental Health Collaborative, FCMAT is reporting the unrestricted general fund contributes $1 million to support the total costs of this program. The FCMAT reports the district suggests the district should thoroughly analyze the cost of providing services in the current model. The braided funding for this program is confusing, and the district does need to understand the actual costs of the program. However, this is a program that is envied by many districts in the state for providing the necessary supports in the least restrictive environment as required by both federal and state law. We would caution the district to analyze the funding mechanism closely and compare costs of providing the required services in another venue, which we believe will indicate the district is currently providing the services in the most cost-effective manner. To conclude, federal and state laws required school districts to serve students in the least restrictive environment. To accomplish this in the most cost-effective manner, the district must work on building capacity, so we can provide services in district programs by district employees. However, we must have equivalent, sustainable programs. We must have quality teachers with adequate supports. Schools must provide the education and accessibility these students require. District and school climate must support inclusion, and all staff must be trained accordingly. Dr. Mills has told me that she wants to involve parents as the district moves forward in discussing FCMAT recommendations. We look forward to being involved in the process. Thank you for your time and consideration of our concerns.
Thank you, Mrs. Davis. By the way, that was not just public comment, that was actually a district organization report for the CAC. And by the way, they're always really well thought out and specific, which I appreciate. So whoever puts them together, they're very informative and balanced arguments. Pardon me? It's a team effort. Yes, I can tell. And part of that team may be Dorothy Weisenberger, who's up next.
Yay, Dorothy!
This is public comment. She has cheerleaders. You are a team. No, that's why I distinguished it here, in case you get the urge to talk for 10 minutes. She gave your report.
Good evening, Superintendent Lawrence, President Hanson, board members, and panel. First, I would like to thank Lori Davis for compiling all the questions from the CAC parents and from the district parents in Mount Diablo. Thank you very much, Lori. Appreciate it. All the time that she put into this. I'm concerned about that the FCMAT said that we had more upper level administrative positions, but yet we're gonna add 3 directors and splitting the program specialists under 2 different directors, 3 under the elementary director and 3 under the secondary director. Our district needs more program specialists, and it doesn't even state who would be the program specialist for the non-public schools, small and necessary schools, or the mental health collaborative children. The caseload in the elementary level is larger than the secondary level. I have spoken with program specialists, and they are concerned about their caseloads under the new administrative structure. I believe that they should fall under 1 director, and they should all be working together. That's called collaborating. I also agree that giving the program specialists more authority, but I also think it's important to continue the manager meetings to see what's going on in the district. And also, I would like to say that not only do I believe that the behavior of manager is necessary for our district, but I also think that she should also be on our leadership team for our disproportionate and equity committee, being that we are disproportionate, and a lot of it has to do with the behaviors. So I believe that she should be added on, and I just wanted to put that in there. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Ms. Weisenberger. Denise Lambert.
Yay, Denise!
Equal opportunity.
Hi, thank you all for this opportunity. Some of this hopefully won't be redundant, and I would also like to thank Lori Davis and the team that put those questions together. As a parent, there are several items on the FCMAT report that don't make sense to me. So again, how would adding director positions and cutting others or reducing other positions such as program specialist, psychologist, and parent liaison that directly serve our students effectively reduce costs? How are families to navigate this new system without a neutral person to point them to, such as the parent liaison, who will train the resource parents, provide parent education, and handle the questions that only a credentialed neutral staff member can answer? Our award-winning mental health program, which is a model that other SELPAs want to use, should stay intact. Our administrators should fully understand this program and seek qualified advice if adjustments need to be implemented. Don't dismantle the vehicle if the problem is the fuel pump. To get out of disproportionality, clinical oversight of the behavior program manager will be needed for evaluation prior to special education referrals. Highly qualified staff is essential. The program manager position must have been important at the time of the 2011 to 2012 local plan, which is our SELPA document, when it was developed, because it is mentioned in the appendix, item N, but I'm not sure that everybody's read the 315-page document. Especially, I'm sure that everybody's read the 315-page document, especially page 15, personnel qualifications, highly qualified personnel. So I'm sure you guys have all read that document. The board must ensure that personnel is highly qualified and our SELPA director is responsible for all aspects of the laws regarding special education. I have not looked up all the ed codes that it refers to because I'll do that if I need some sleep tonight. As MPS students are returning to the district, psychologists, support staff may be needed to ensure a smooth transition so that they do not need to return to the MPS. Conversation with several parents of MPS students that I have met within the community explained that the students' needs were unmet in the district and consequently the child was bullied or by others or acted out. Psychologists and other support staff may be needed for safe and smooth return of these students to the district. Again, if the board changes any positions, they're going to need to change the SELPA document. I do see that on the FCMAT report on page number 3 of the appendices that they reviewed the local plan. As governing board of the SELPA, I expect the board to do an in-depth study of any changes that may be implemented, hire highly qualified staff, management positions must be familiar with all current legislation and aspects of single district SELPAs, or be trained and do what is best for the special education students. You hold, as a board, the integrity of our SELPA, which protects our students and their future, in your hands. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Lambert. And the